Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your early look in the UCLA versus Washington State college football matchup on Saturday, October 7th, 2023. Of course, here on Pickdawgz, we cover all the games, and what this series is our early look series. And what that, it's just our first impressions. The lines are out, the matchups are out, and this will be the college football for the week. We have, our college football live show on Thursday. By then, we'll really take a deep look at a lot of these big games like this one. And, of course, then our final videos that we do later on in the week, the full Pick Dawgz production. And then, of course, live show Saturday, premium picks and all that sort of stuff, just like we do it right here at Pickdawgz.com every single day. But anyways, for this one, UCLA playing here at the Rose Bowl, 3-1 coming into this game. That loss last time out against Utah, pretty tough one for UCLA in the game that a lot of people believed that UCLA was the team in that game, but it was 14-7. The UCLA offense was pretty ineffective, and the 7 points that UCLA scored in that game happened right at the end of the game with 3:39 left to go in the game. A 17-yard pass from Moore to Norwood for the 7. UCLA went for the onside kick, did not recover, and the game was over. I mean, that's how late in the game that it ended up happening. The thing is about UCLA is they certainly have improved, but losing DTR, even as talented as they are at quarterback now, it might take a little bit of time and a little bit of experience as you get into these bigger games. So while the expectation has got to be up here, I think that maybe it should be a little bit more around here because quarterback is a position where you have to learn. There are very few guys that just come in and just light it up in college or the pro level, especially, at this level, against this level of competition. Teams like Utah on the road, never an easy spot. Meanwhile, Washington State coming off of a win over Oregon State. And a lot of people in that one seem to really be on the Beavers in that game against Washington State. But Washington State put 38 points on the board and took out Oregon State. Of course, that was a home game. Washington State had also beat up Wisconsin earlier this season and, smothered Colorado State in their opener. The Colorado State team that gave Colorado all they could handle. And, what your opinion is on Colorado and, whether you believe or you don't believe, certainly a team that we've seen, score a lot more points and play in a lot more one-sided games in their victories than we saw, in their game against Colorado State. Now, when we look at Washington State, I just think Ward at quarterback is just a real dynamic player and very, very underrated, coming from Incarnate Word, not, the number one recruit of the century like UCLA has. But, he's done a very, very nice job. He hasn't made a lot of big mistakes, and he's made the plays. And I think that's what it really all comes down to. I think Washington State is playing with a chip on their shoulder this year with the whole dissolution of the Pac-12. And I think that, they've been one of the forgotten teams here. But I think the Cougs are pretty much loaded and going for it. UCLA, always very, very talented. We know Chip Kelly is a better coach than, some of those down years that he had. And we see it, at UCLA. And, this is a guy that, took that Oregon program pretty much all the way. The thing is about this game, though, is that I just believe that Washington State is playing with that chip on their shoulder. And I think like we saw in the Oregon State game, we're probably setting up for a very, very close game. So while it's early in the week and, my opinion will change and not might or might not change, we're going to talk about this on our live college football show on Thursday for sure. And we'll talk about it probably on Saturday and even before that in our pregame show with the sauce that we do on Saturday mornings. But, I believe that Washington State has what it takes to go into the Rose Bowl and win this game outright. And I think getting these points here is a pretty good play here. Just hopefully they're not too big of a public dog. But I'm going to take the Cougs. That's my early look play. Anyways, this is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to check out Pick Dawgz. Got picks like this, full-blown productions on all the games every day. And, of course, betting tools, premium picks. We're the world's best handicappers. So be sure to check that out as well.